Welcome everyone. Today we're going to take a quick look at the 110 electric remote control TT-01 road car chassis from Tamiya. It's a capable all-rounder that's been hugely popular since its release about 5 years ago, and we're going to see why. First, let's remove the snap pins to take the body shell off. These are made from Lexan plastic and are light and durable. The great thing is, you can use any 190mm wide body shell on this chassis, be that a past Tamiya one or a HPI or a Yokomo one, or the list is endless. Well, the same can be said for the wheels. They're pretty much a standard fit. They're 12mm hexes, and the electrics can also be fitted from many of your other models as well. Right, now to the chassis. It's a bathtub style chassis, so it's got a low centre of gravity. It has a longitudinally mounted motor attached to the rear gearbox and to the front by a driveshaft. This has the advantage of being far tougher than a belt driven four-wheel drive system. The battery is mounted low on the other side to the electrics, and that balances the weight nicely. The kit comes with everything necessary for a rolling chassis, including grease for bearings, etc. And the 540 type motor is included, but the electronic speed controller, the receiver and the steering servo are not usually included. Here, a Futaba S3003 servo and a R122 two-channel receiver are fitted, alongside a Tamiya TT-01 electronic speed controller. Now, this chassis features front and rear open discs and interchangeable spur and pinion gears available separately to change gear ratios for acceleration or speed. And fully tuned, these are capable of up to 40 mph. Right, and also just to quickly mention the suspension. It's double wishbone suspension, and as standard it's got friction dampers. So now let's look at some of the tuning options for the TT-01. Here's one I made earlier. And as mentioned earlier, the body shells are quickly changeable. And this is a Tamiya Nissan Silvia. It's the Nismo Coppermix Silvia, and it's got a light kit fitted. And because most bodies are supplied unpainted and without sticker decals applied, you can create a unique look that's exactly how you want it. You can also add many styling bits like different exhaust tips, mirrors, wipers, intercoolers, spoilers, brake discs, even interiors, whatever you want really. And that's before you get onto flip-up headlights and HPI's new wide arch body kit for the AE86 Sprinter Treno. Right, and the wheels are HPI Works wheels on this one, but again there's almost an endless variety of wheels, tyres and bodies to use. Now this particular model is fitted with a very hard compound tyre that's suitable for drifting. Now let's take a look at the inside. First off, the motor has been replaced with a Tamiya Superstock RZ, which has significantly more torque and a higher RPM than standard. To cope with the extra demand, the ESC has been swapped for a LM-406FB. It's also a good idea to upgrade your battery to something like a 3000 mAh nickel metal hydride NIM, or lithium polymer, that's a LiPo battery, and these suffer less from memory effect than NiCad batteries do, so that's the advantage of them, even though they are more expensive. And now onto the drivetrain. The gear ratio has been lengthened, the bearings have been replaced with metal ball race bearings throughout, an aluminium prop shaft has been put in for less flex under hard acceleration, and that equals better power transmission. The plastic wheel hub hexes have been replaced with metal ones. The plastic hubs too have been replaced by the red anodized metal hubs that you can see here. You can also notice as well, looking at the suspension, that it's got adjustable toe in and toe out. It's got adjustable camber. If you look at the top arms there, you can see the adjustable camber. It's also got oil-filled shocks, Now, a lot of these parts are not actually made by Tamiya. Tamiya do, of course, make their own versions, which are very similar, but a lot of these parts are actually made by GPM or Free Racing. You know, just have a look around. You'll find lots of compatible parts for this chassis. It's a very popular chassis, so parts are easy to come across, and they're usually cheap as well. And the last other modification to this particular model, although this is by no means the length and depth of the modifications you can do, the last modification on this particular model is the carbon graphite top brace that you can see running across. That just gives the chassis a little bit of extra rigidity. But bearing in mind with a lot of these modifications, it's a trade-off between durability, weight and style really. And you'll find that the completely standard model is very capable, and you're not really going to notice a difference with these top-up parts in performance, motor aside, unless you're involved in you know, circuit racing or something like that. But for just your normal sort of car park use, the standard chassis is very capable, and really the hop-ups are just there so that you can increase the style. So I hope that's been helpful, and hopefully now you can see why the Tamiya TT-01 1/10 scale electric road car has been so popular since it was introduced about 5 years ago.